Hi! Welcome to the Code Crown podcast. My name is Meg.
And you were joined by
The Gogglehead?
no. No, I don't have a Sir doesn't feel right and Mr. AJ Mon doesn't sound right either. So I don't have a
AJ Mon?
not yet. Not in this form anyway. Who knows? Maybe we'll evolve again. Or no, not spoilers, the other thing. Foreshadowing. That's the one. Foreshadowing, yeah, that's the thing I meant. There we go.
Okay.
I got my screens mixed up. There. So
You didn't change the image, take it down.
oh yeah, I haven't had time to make a new one.
I know, I just noticed it now, so just hide it.
Yeah. Oh,
it was there.
I'm shrinking. No, because the avatar was shrinking.
Oh.
But be gone, I wish.
Wrong.
Yeah. So let's spread these boys out. Let's give them a bit of room. Yeah. So, welcome back to the Cochrane podcast. This is episode 3 of our new little mini series. Discussing Digimon Seekers.
It's small. Small like a Telemon.
It's small. Yes, it's our small series. Or at least we try and keep it that way.
Yeah, we're not very good at that.
No. But a third of the usual runtime is a start. So we're still on chapter 1, the Wolf of Ninth Avenue.
My brain was about to say Wall Street, but no. I know that's incorrect.
No, we did that joke.
Yeah, but now my brain thinks it's the correct sentence.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. The Wolf of Ninth Avenue is a bit random of it.
Yeah, what's Ninth Avenue?
Yeah, what is Ninth Avenue? What is the ghost game?
You found out.
No, I didn't.
You did.
That's
I already can't remember her name again. Quantumon. I was about to say Quartzmon, and I went, nope, that's the other guy.
No, someone.
It was her game. He was sending the hologram ghosts her game to learn about.
But it wasn't an actual game. It was a.
It was a game to her. And that's it. That's all you're getting. That's all it was.
No.
It's as disappointing as the rest of the series.
No. Murder.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Oh, was I sitting on the edge of my seat?
Yeah. Well, at least Seekers is doing that for. At least Seekers is doing that rather than Ghost Game, I suppose. But yeah, I don't like. Chapter 1-3. We are. I don't even want to say halfway through this chapter because we still have 5 days of it left.
Yeah.
So again, more happened in this one.
Yeah, like physically not, but yeah, a lot did happen.
Yeah, like AG kinda sorta went to the digital world.
Yeah, or at least a holodeck version of it.
Yeah, like a facsimile or
like a preview of it.
Yeah.
It was in Aorfield.
It was an Aorfield. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. It's funny, like there is a couple of references in here in this chapter, and I'm just like, oh wait, yeah, okay. they don't quite call it an AR field.
Yeah.
But the description they give it is basically that.
Yeah, and then the next part after that, the user dives in.
Yeah, dives into the sea of the net. Sorry, the net of the ocean.
The ocean of the network.
The ocean of the network. Yeah, so that's
yeah.
the net ocean, obviously. Or not the sea of the net. Crunchyroll, you dum dums.
Full of floating islands, which.
Wait, yeah,
No, it does.
It's Atmon's digital world. It's so weird. You know, like Atmon was never allowed to call its digital world the digital world, but the way this is laid out really makes me go, hey, wait a minute.
First thing I pictured when I read it, so yeah.
Yeah. A bunch of Irelands. A bunch of Irelands. A bunch of islands connected through wireframe connections, and I'm just like, yeah. That's just the net ocean. They also do the Digimon digital monsters thing.
Yeah.
You know, well, it's more of a digital monster, a Digimon. But you know that is still a trope in the series and or in the franchise, I should say.
Because they have to throw in the phrase "digital monsters" to
so you understand.
Yeah,
it's not just to remind you, it's not a Pokemon.
Yes,
even though Pokemon live in PCs.
Yep.
When
they go into the PC, do they become a Digimon?
Technically, I suppose.
And then when they come back out of it, there's like a digital form of them, and that's the Digimon.
I'm not giving this any more thought than it needs. I could be. I just don't have the brain work for it at this hour because work was long. Oh my god, today was so bad. It was good because it was kind of fun because I was just getting thrown into the deep end and things. But at the same time, I am so tired. So brain power go burr. it's like a it's like a lawnmower or a car that won't start. You know, you're pulling the cord or turning the key and it's just
That's how I felt when I got home from minding the children.
Well, you signed up for that.
I did, but it was just potty training a toddler is not fun.
No, and that shouldn't be your responsibility.
It shouldn't, but you know, when I'm babysitting her, she still has to go to the bathroom, so nothing I can do there.
Skill issue. Literally.
Yeah, literally. That's why I was so tired when I got home, because I had to walk up and down the stairs and up and down the stairs and up and down the stairs constantly, because the child can't tell when she can pee or not, when she needs to pee or not. Then the other one, you know, is almost a teenager, so you can imagine how that went.
Yeah.
So I got home and I had a pounding headache because everything in that house is shouty McShout, and I passed out and missed my own stream.
Meg needs to start learning how to say no, chat. Wait, no, chat's not here. Viewer. Meg needs to start learning how to say no, so if you could kindly drop a comment down below. Just
my heavily pregnant sister needed me to mind the children for a couple of hours. I couldn't say no.
Sure you could.
No, I couldn't.
Fuck them kids.
Once there's 3 of them, yes. Once that other one pops out, yes. Not a hope. But anyway, we're really gone off topic now.
Yeah, so alright.
So TDLR, we tired.
Yeah. Right. So then okay. So we're in the sea of the net, and we learn we see the World Wide Web floating in the waves floating in the waves are servers of nations, corporations, research institutes, etc. And the servers are represented as floating islands or ships, and the user dives into the ocean of the network. In the deep sea, into the future. Da 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 da. Don't pee on the sheet. Wait, that's the other. That's Gatchin.
The digital world.
Yeah, so in the deep sea region, a different world unfolds in front of them. the digital world. So
The way
basically,
that-
Eiji is on this like guided tour.
Yeah, it's almost like a.
So we're taking the attraction thing very literally from
Yeah,
the
it
last
feels to
page.
me like, like when you're in a planetarium and everything's above your head.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. He's just standing in a big dome kind of thing, and
Mm.
there's just images and things projecting at him and stuff, like the hololized things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hologram ghost.
Hologram ghosts, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so he's like, yeah, so he's in this dome and he's having all these projections basically played at him, and they're almost tangible because they're wireframe schematics. And we learn that we get a bit of lore. This is still lore building.
Yeah.
Like we learn what the digital world is, a world different from our own, and it's said to be a cyberspace that exists on a digital network. The other world. Okay. Sorry.
I'm so tired of racing songy tonight.
Oh, well, that might be the tiredness. That might be just me gasping to stay awake. But anyway, right, so so we get the usual sing-song of the digital world, where it's basically a Mario world. You've got grassland, fireland, snowland, sandland, etc. So he's seeing all of these and he's like, hey, these are like the images that are in the lobby.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I said it yesterday, but I kind of had a forethought of, oh, that's where this is going. Like once they I know we were talking about like, oh, it's very like one of these companies where like, oh, we're helping nature, and they show you all these different scenic like environments. But I had this sort of thing in the back of my head going, I know this franchise.
Yeah.
Those are going to be the segments of the digital world.
Yeah.
And so we've like the File Island forest and the big mecha city and this, that, and the other. So fun for them to like acknowledge that like, they did set that up earlier. And then inhabiting this digital world and then the data becomes 3-dimensional hololization. This is a technology initiated by the university and put to practical use by the Aberdeen Electronics. This technology is also applied to the 3D digital signage scene in the city. A digital monster.
Like this sign here on the background?
Yeah, like the neon signs in the background. So
that just looks like a regular neon sign, but
yeah. But I guess we're trying to like establish, I guess, that like he's gone through all these different locales and now he's in a city, but not really.
Yeah.
So he's seeing like this. So this wireframing is building.
Oh no, I think he means it's also applied to the scene, the digital signage in the actual city he's from.
Oh.
So they've put it out into the world, this hololization of.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cyberpunky, like for hologram, like yeah, okay, yeah.
It's like at the start of Ghost Game, where all the restaurants and stuff, or
Sense, or one of those.
Yeah, or was it Blade Runner with all the hologram advertisements?
Oh yeah. Cyberpunk will do that. Cyberpunk as well. Yeah. So yeah, it's just in that motif. But so he's greeted by the image of a Digimon.
Yeah.
And horrorized. So lovely machine translation continuing on. And he looks at this monster, and it's like it's a frog or a tadpole on the verge of becoming a frog. It says, and then describes it as a green watermelon with black stripes and a giant mohawk-like dorsal fin, its claws and arms and exaggerated fangs. This is Betamon, a child-level Digimon, amphibian, virus type. So the frog-like data is displayed. And we kind of get an idea of what this scene looks like from the trailer, because we see that Ryu Senji is holding a brick Digivice, and there's the hologram of the Betamon. We also do have...
I think that might be the...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Because, well, the differences between Betamon and Modoki Betamon are quite complex, as we learn.
Yeah.
As we learn in a couple of lines, but But anyway, so yeah, so we again this is all lore building. It's teaching us about the digital world, that Digimon is an information life form living in this digital world. It's a living AI, and again, we're going back to Atmon here.
Yeah.
Because Digimon have never been called living AI, even in Ghost Game. Like this is a very Atmon thing.
Yeah, what are they called in Cyber Sleuth? Did they ever referred to as AI in Cyber?
They're just programs.
Yeah,
they're just programs. And we get again the Cyber Sleuth parallels also continue on this page as well.
Yeah.
So I'm really digging that this series is just taking Atmon concepts and applying them to Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah.
Anyway, a living AI that you won't find in any textbook, and we learned that Digimon. No, I need to read this bit verbatim because there's a particular phrasing here that just made me go, wait, what?
Yeah.
We don't even have that many Digimon, never mind gods. So we learned, like, Digimon are made up of a variety of motifs: fish, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, plants, insects, crustaceans, mollusks, machines, chemical phenomena, and other phenomena, as well as 8 million gods. That has to be a translation error.
It has to.
Buddha and demons, all of which holographically appear one after the other.
8 million gods.
There's only 1,157 Digimon in the encyclopedia right now.
There's 8 million gods.
But there's barely 8 million god Digimon. Yeah. They're all Omegamon variants. But yeah, that has to be a translation error.
Yeah.
There's no way. Yeah, maybe you do a bit of sleuthing. Cyber sleuthing. So, so and then we learn about like Digimon evolution, the levels: baby, child, adult, perfect, ultimate, and then the basic classifications. So data, virus, and vaccine. And Eiji's like, hey, wait a minute, those are those symbols I saw in the lobby, because the spheres pop back up.
Just before we go for any further, though, if you go back up just before the 8 million gods, like a living AI.
Oh yeah,
focuses in on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, he focuses on it, but like I mentioned, the living AI thing in the other line, an information life form living in the digital world.
And even 8 million gods and Buddhas and demons, yeah. Horrorize one after another.
Horrorize. Save us, Onkei-kun Kenobi. You're our only hope. Onkei-kun does have part 2 added to their translation. So what I may do, I might do a dramatic reading of chapter 1 once it's complete. It will be members only, though.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. So if you want to if you want to hear me be all dramatic and do voices and such outside of Ace Attorney, Danganronpa, Digimon Survive. Oh, yeah, okay, I guess it is 8 million. The phrasing is just 8 million gods. There's no other alternative translation for that?
8 million. No.
Okay, fair enough. 8 million gods, fair enough.
Hateha Yorozu. And then whatever. No. I guess. Yeah. Right. 8 million
that
gods.
Doesn't that's gotta be something. That's gotta be wrong. That sounds like it's too much of a direct translation. Like it's too literal of one. Anyway.
8 million gods is a book. 8 million gods Japan.
Anyway. So while Mega's off sleuthing, so the explanations of the hololized Digimon is followed by a presentation showing images of the Digimon. And so Eiji's like, that's the object I saw in the lobby, and that's obviously the 3 globes, or the globular objects. The globe-like structures. With the data, virus, and vaccine, etchings in them. Then a laser beam is emitted from the object, repeatedly illuminating Eiji, who stands in the center of the dome in total awe of what he's seeing. Ryu Senji goes on to explain that these are the attributes that form the basis of Digimon taxonomy, virus, data, and vaccine, and are the motives for the 3 types of Digimon. He calls Digimon the fruit of contact with the digital world. And again, it's more of just like a new world on the network, and it's helped prop up humanity, and Digimon have revolutionized human society without humans ever knowing. Thanks to Digimon, we have AI tools that help with software development, cryptographic security, AI drug discovery. Wait, what? AI drugs? What?
AI
What?
drugs, yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming it has something to do with like testing and searching and stuff. Also, the word is literally 8 million, but idiomatically expresses uncountably many.
Oh, okay. Right.
Or countless kami, basically.
Countless gods. Okay, yeah. So you've got,
so not literally 8 million of them.
Yeah, so you've got the 12 devas, you've got the 4 sovereign, you've got
Stuff like that.
It's
all to do with Shinto.
Yeah. Okay, that makes much more sense.
Much more sense, yeah.
Well done, Meg. Yeah, so AI drug discovery, like that's
a weird thing to pop in there.
Yeah, I want to know how that works.
I guess
I don't want to do
cops will explain that a bit more when they come into it, because they're probably bringing down like drug dealers and stuff with AI somehow.
Yeah.
It could be to do even with like the AI can analyze like text and codes and stuff to do with selling drugs, or
it could be more. It might not be like
tracking shipments and stuff. It might not actually be detecting drugs itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be using AI to discover or bust like dealers and things like that. Yeah, it's
not the literal drugs themselves.
No, which I think would be weird. Like, because the only thing that would really come to mind is, do you remember in Cyber Sleuth or was it Hacker's Memory, where we had that case where people were putting on the headsets and then they were getting disconnected, so their minds stayed on in the real world, but their bodies were being used for like organ harvesting.
Yeah.
Like, is it like a drug in that sense that it keeps you locked into something like that? Kind of like an extreme version of the hollow things, like from Cyberpunk. So you put the goggles on and you go to the moon and and that's because that's basically what that was. You log into Eden and but whatever contaminates your brain, whatever program runs that affects your eyes see it, you don't. And then it affects your brain, and then they disconnect you. You don't mentally log out. It separates your mental data from your body. And then then your organs go bye-bye. You're stuck on the network. Like, that would be the only thing I could really think of, in that, like, it's a literal like,
because it's not like they'll have Digimon out in the real world being sniffer dogs or something.
No. But it could be a way of injecting you with a Digimon that corrupts you, corrupts you mentally, and then
or it makes you keep logging back in and buying a hit of whatever that is that gets into your head.
Like, that's a terrifying thing, because like a lot of people already will say, look at Twitter, put their phone down, and then 30 seconds later, what have I missed? And they're back on Twitter.
Like, I'll put down my phone and no, not even put down my phone. I'll close Twitter because I'll go, I have to send that email, and then I'll open Twitter and scroll and go, wait, no, the email.
Yeah,
your brain just gets stuck on certain things.
Yeah, so like it's scary thought, like it's
possible.
Yeah, you just build on that sort of, like, that's already a it's not a Pavlovian response, but it's a conditioning. There's already a social media conditioning. So for AI to exploit that and turn it into, you need a hit. That's a terrifying concept.
And like, we've got, we're starting in the real world to develop things like where people can hold hands when they're in different countries, and you can actually feel it and all that kind of stuff. So like, with how advanced they might be, like, that could be like, it could be like the Oasis. You put on the suit and you can feel everything. So they could, actually be feeling a drug hit
I
from
don't like the idea of getting shagged in Quasar gear, though.
the.
Sorry, laser tag for our American friends. Or is Quasar just a thing here? Is it called that anywhere else?
We call it laser tag now.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, Quasar was such a better name. Lame. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, so look, in the Hill of the Hunted things, like Digimon are secret from, even though Digimon are responsible for all of this stuff, the majority of humankind doesn't know what they are.
So they're in Area 51 then.
Basically,
that's what D4 is. Area
51. So most people still don't know that the digital world even exists. And then the dome, then the image that AG is seeing gets disrupted, and then like the narration or that's going on continues, and even if they did, they wouldn't understand it anyway.
Jazz Grandpa kicks in here.
Yeah.
With his ominous tones.
God, yeah, that would be fun. I would have to go back and listen to the Gamamon actress doing this, because that would be lovely if they got him in to voice the narration, to do the scary bit, because this gets dark now for like a couple of moments. Because it goes on like, even if humanity did know Digimon existed, or that the digital world existed, they wouldn't understand it anyway. And then, it goes on to say how there's good and bad, and Digimon can be misused for cyber terrorism. And these misuses are so-called Digimon crimes. And then the scene of what's playing around AG jumps into the real world, and the viewer and AG now find themselves in the passenger cabin of an airliner. And it's this guy is just on this plane, and he's taking photos of the cabin and his sleeping family. He's filming the cabin, and sleeping on the other side of the plane is like the photographer is, it's like it's his partner or daughter, or it's very vague. We don't know what the relation is. But you can see the plane, that the airliner is flying at nighttime. You can hear the roar of the engines. You can see the wings of the plane out the window, and then you just hear, oh, and a realistic wind noise deafens AG. And then the world that he's currently in is flooded with noise and suddenly silence. So this plane has been attacked or taken down. It sounds like a Digimon has either attacked the plane.
That's what it read like to me. Like, even though I knew they were on an airplane, the fact that it said wings, it didn't say like the wings of the airplane or whatever. I assumed it was wings of something that was attacking the plane, that had been utilized to actually physically attack the plane.
Yeah.
But then you said, no, it's like they used it to like hack into it and shut it down.
Yeah.
So that one makes a little more sense, but
then you get the random roar is, so I think the airliner is just an airliner. It's not like a cargo dramon or something.
Yeah.
Right. So the plane is just a plane, but the for the realistic wind noise, that is.
It sounds like part of the plane's been ripped off.
Yeah, like something has been torn. Like one of the jet engines has been taken off the wing or something.
Yeah. And
then the roar is something firing at the plane, whether it's up in the air with them or it's down on ground level and it's just shot.
Yeah.
Either way, the implication here is like, so because without warning, everything goes dark. The angle is disturbed, so we get the idea that the plane is now flying at a tilted angle.
Yeah.
Probably leading into your idea that like the engine has been ripped off, or some part of the plane has been ripped off. Oxygen masks come down, there's screams, there's confusion, and the plane crashes. It just nosedives. And it comes down from 30,000 feet. And even though AG's not physically there, he's able to feel all this. Like, he even has to avert his gaze. He can't watch it anymore. It's too real.
Yeah.
that's really dark to go to that place all of a sudden.
Mm. Yeah. So Digimon are being used for bad in this world as well.
Yeah. And again, like we've seen that before through like Cyber Sleuth, the hacking programs, the identity theft, all of that stuff.
All of Atmon.
Yeah, all of Atmon. Like in later series, like later anime do try and do this thing because they try and do this thing where because Digimon are very susceptible to manipulation by human emotion. Well, not manipulation through human emotion, but because the digital world doesn't have a concept of emotion, human emotion affects them in a weird way that they don't understand. So a lot of series try to do like they play on that, and you've got the kids and their partners. You've also got like this random Dromojimon that has sort of just fallen through a portal and it bonds with a guy, but the guy happens to be a burglar. So he's now using the Dromojimon to rob banks because he can drill underground and get in that way. And
that thing's not going to know any different. It doesn't have like
it doesn't have a moral compass.
Moral compass for the human world anyway.
No.
So it wouldn't have a concept of what.
And if it's just an animal, it's just going, okay, boss says do this thing, that must be good.
Yeah, like it's like if you train a dog to bite people and then you give it all the love and affection because it's bitten those people. Yeah. It's gonna think it's doing a good thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ryusenji, like there's just more about him. He's the world leader in the discovery of the digital world and research into Digimon. He's also the reason why AE's lab is located next to the university.
He works for both. He created one and he works for the university.
Yeah, he's a professor emeritus for the other.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah.
Oh. Never heard that word said out loud before.
Oh, okay. And like so Eiji's kind of thinking to himself, like, I know of no other case where a single researcher has made such a significant contribution to the university's reputation and company's business performance. So Ryusenji is being built up as this like super genius.
Kyoshiro grew up.
Suddenly, darling.
If Betamon starts going darling, I'll be kind of worried.
Oh, I'd be very worried. So Ryusenji's like, while all this has been going on, I guess, like Ryusenji's been admiring a gadget that Eiji delivered to him. That's the digital dock that we talked about before.
No, they've moved now.
Have they?
Yeah, the next sentence should have been above that. It should say DDL, Ryusenji's office.
Oh.
That's why I thought it read a little script-like again, because it's giving location and yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a scene change. So we're in the digital lab in Ryusenji's office now.
Yeah, like I feel like it should just say they left the dome and went to his office instead of just going DDL. His office,
But so it's a professor's office. Like there's books everywhere crammed onto shelves, there's equipment and materials and boxes. Okay. So Ryusenji's inspecting the digital dock. He connects it to the lab's equipment, and the Digimon that Eiji captured is hololized. And he's like, and it's a frog creature with a tail.
The next part is translated very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what it's trying to say, but it comes out very strange.
Okay, that translation was different. Okay, so when I loaded this up earlier, to sort of have a glance at it before I read it properly, this line did not read this way, and then I saw somebody else's screenshot, and I went, "Oh, I'm saving that because that's so wild." Interesting to see that it's happened here now.
Yeah.
So this is going to be another one of these ones I need to read verbatim. So buckle up, chat. When Ryusenji connects his Digimon dock to the lab's equipment, the Digimon that Eiji captured is hololized. It's a frog-like creature with a tail. Okay. So far, so good. It is indeed a Modoki Betamon, as requested. Look at those gentle, beautiful curves. Ryusenji, trace the outline of Modoki Betamon's image with his finger, as if he's trying to please her. Ryusenji should be in jail.
Yeah, that is a Digimon crime.
that is a Digimon crime.
That Betamon did not consent.
No, that Betamon did not consent.
I get what they mean. He's trying to pet it like it's a dog or
yeah.
something. But yeah, machine translation doesn't work there.
No. And it's a bit awkward.
Like they're trying to say a person translated that. No,
they did not. So that's hilarious and awful. Bandai.
awful. Yeah.
We're gonna say it a lot in the next week to couple of months, but Bandai, please just hire an actual translator.
Yeah, I'd rather not read about old men
fingering Betamon.
Yeah.
Oh. So. Oh, okay. So, among the data found in the unknown digital world, this digital monster, or Digimon, an AI program, is sold at a high price on the grim market due to its convenience, scalability, and rarity.
Mm-hmm.
So they start talking about then how it took 3 Tyrannomon to capture this one Modoki Betamon.
Yeah, so the way that's written is that it's what AG knows a Digimon to be, an AI program.
Yeah.
So it's kind of going back to the Cyber Sleuth version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's talking about how his Tyrannomon got killed by the Modoki Betamon.
Yeah, also
threw its Mohawk at him.
yeah. Like, oh yeah, and it makes a point of saying because they're not in the D4 anymore, he's had his personal belongings returned to him. But yeah, so Betamon have a habit of throwing their dorsal fins when they're in trouble. And when it comes to Modoki Betamon, a shockwave is emitted from the dorsal fin. And that's what killed off Tyrannomon number 3, the blade fin technique. And AG's like, yeah, okay, but I'm not sure how Modoki Betamon is different from other Betamon. And Ryusenji gets a bit gets kind of annoyed. He gets miffed. Yeah.
Miffed.
he gets annoyed by this, and I thought, oh, okay, is there some significant difference?
Something else he's talking about, like like strength
or personality, or like the way their attacks are different, like what makes Modoki Betamon different from regular Betamon. And he's like, wait, you really don't know the difference between the two? And Eiichi's just like, oh, like I don't have my client unhappy, I might not get more work off of him. The color's different? Question mark. And Ryusenji's like, yes, the color isn't nearly as vivid. You really do know the difference. I'll add a bit of a bonus to your reward this time. He gives him a pay rise or an extra bit
knowing it's a different color.
Yeah, what?
This guy's an easy mark.
Yeah.
But it really reads that he's really eccentric. Is that how you say that?
Eccentric.
Word? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's excited by the fact that AG knows this.
Yeah. Like, I guess because I don't have a reason for why that would be such a. I guess because a lot of Digimon, when they get a recolor, they either just become like black Agumon or black Gabumon, or they become something completely different like Psychmon, which is just LSD Gabumon.
Yeah.
But so most people might just write it off as, oh, it's just a Gabumon. Without
really. They have the same moves and everything.
I will have a look at. I believe so for Psychmon. Psychmon is in Cross Wars.
Yeah, but even like
But
I
he
just mean
doesn't.
even does Black Agumon just do Baby Flame as well?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so you
yeah.
don't have to look it up.
Well, yeah. It's probably called like Black Flame or something, but it's ostensibly the same move.
Yeah. Probably all one word.
Probably. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Agumon brackets black. So it's just an Agumon of a black color.
Baby
Technique,
flame,
Baby
breath.
Flame. Yeah, okay. Aerial Baby Flame. Dangerous Chomp. So yeah, like so, so most people would just go, oh, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
But because AG sees the surface level difference, he's excited because the client might actually look for the more, or sorry, I suppose Ryusenji is the client here, but his hire might be able to see the more in-depth differences in the research, or so. I don't know. It's a very odd thing to like give somebody extra pay over.
It honestly sounds like Professor Oak just met a shiny for the first time. Like, he knew it was a different color, so he wanted that one, and then he got it, and he's like, "And do you see what's different about it? It's a whole new color."
Yeah.
You know, that's the vibes I'm getting.
I mean, that's the Modoki in its name as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit random. Like again, it makes the professor that little bit more eccentric, and I don't dislike the professor. We've known him for all of 2 pages, but still a bit random.
And AG's excited about the money, so he can have a beef bowl with pickles and a raw egg.
Yeah,
you must be disgusted.
He gets to eat a hearty meal for dinner.
Yeah.
Which is fun because 2 pages ago he was like, if you guys don't do this, I don't get to eat for a month. So
he's like splashing out on a beef bowl.
Yeah. Pickles and raw egg though. Why raw? Well, the raw egg I get.
Yeah, it will cook into the food as you're eating it.
Yeah.
It's probably a beef bowl is probably like beef and noodles.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like like I've seen. Yeah, we get like
bowl of pickles. It sounds good.
I don't like the pickles idea. I don't know.
You don't really like egg either, though, so it's just not the bowl for you.
It depends on how the egg is cooked. I like eggs, but it really just depends on how the egg is cooked.
Oh, so you just like when I make eggs.
So anyway, the client was satisfied. Was Modoki Betamon satisfied though?
Was satisfied is the word you're looking for there. Traumatized,
probably, yeah. Stupid translations. Anyway, so Ryusenji starts transferring the Modoki Betamon data into the lab equipment. He asks AG about what it was he experienced. How did he feel about what he experienced earlier? AG says it was great, and the professor's like, "Oh, that was only a promotional video. We used to have a plan to expand into the entertainment sector. It was to be called Digimon Land." Digimon Land.
Imagine there was a Digimon Land. Would you go?
I'd be living in Japan right now. Because
you'd be working in Digimon Land.
No, well, because that would never leave Japan. It's not like it's not like Universal Studios Nintendo World.
Yeah.
Where I can go to Japan or I can go to LA or wherever the other one is. That would just never leave. It would be a pop-up shop for 2 weeks, and Bandai would just go.
Well, it'd be like the Hello Kitty one. There might be one in China or Korea as well, and that's it.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just don't have an. It's so weird. I could see Bandai putting the budget out there to make Digimon Land, and then 2 weeks later shutting it down and reopening it forever as Dragon Ball Land or One Piece Land or anything else.
Yeah,
because
the other two would have to get theme parks long before it.
Oh yeah. Or it would reopen as Dragon Ball Land and have double the budget to get more amusements in.
Yeah.
Because Bandai hate this franchise. Just kill it already. Like, don't kill it already, but like Bandai, just make up your mind. You either want to support this or you don't. Anyway, that's not what tonight is about. So translators, please.
Yeah, we don't want a theme park. We want
We
translators.
don't want a theme park. We want translators. Yeah. Anyway, but the idea was to sell Digimon as mascots to the general public who don't know about the digital world. And Ryu Senji says like he especially liked that Digimon are AI creatures. Fantasy, fiction. Like if Ryu Senji were a kid, he says he'd be hooked. And Eiji lets his imagination get the best of him. Digimon are alive.
Yeah. That's
So he would literally be selling them as hologram ghosts.
Yeah.
As holograms.
Yeah. But
Alright,
seems to...
Gammamon!
Yeah, that's it. He's selling them off like they're the new Squishmallows or whatever.
Also, don't look at the screen. There's another piece of artwork that I remembered, and I need to go find it, so we have it for later. I think it's one you'll get a kick out of.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be like when he said earlier, living, like that word kind of rang out in the whole presentation.
Yeah.
And now it's like Digimon are alive. Like he's kind of, it feels like maybe in the next chapter he'll be thinking about that and kind of then feeling bad about his Tyrannomon.
Yeah, like
maybe, I don't know. Or at least wondering if they're alive.
At least wondering if they're alive. Yeah, that's where did this go?
Head back with my photos.
Okay. Right. I thought okay, I liked it. That's why I couldn't find it. So I had to go find it another way. Okay. Cool. So yeah, and that's kind of where the chapter ends. Digimon are alive.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like again another chapter where we're just slowly building lore.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Like
it's not another chapter, it's another piece of
another piece of chapter 1. Yeah, sorry, it's another couple of it's another page or two where we're building on the setting of the world.
I honestly feel like I would have preferred this all to just be one big chapter they released instead of bit by bit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's losing a lot by us doing it reading it individually.
You think so? Really?
Yeah. Like yesterday, I was like, "Wow, this is shite."
Yeah,
because it was a middle portion of a different chapter.
Yeah, like it's like you definitely feel it yesterday. Where like the first chapter was like it was all action packed with the Tyrannomon, and then he's looking for a job, and the Tyrannomon dies, and he's like, and we're like, oh wait a minute, he just has an army of these things he can deploy.
Yeah,
and
the
then
next one was like he's in reception, and he meets a professor at the end.
Yeah, and now this one's like holograms and Digimon are real, and like we were planning to sell them to the public at one point.
Yeah, like I wouldn't really have had much of an opinion on yesterday's one if it was just part of a whole chapter. We could have just skipped over that bit except for the interaction.
Yeah, if it was an extension on day 1.
Yeah, or if it was the start of this one.
Yeah.
Because inside was this thing.
Yeah. No, I get you, and I would agree.
But you can tell they just wanted like their little cliffhangers.
Yeah.
In their.
Oh yeah, you can tell by the way these the way these pages end.
Yeah.
That they wanted their cliffhangers, and we'll probably start seeing a lot of that, especially when it goes to weekly.
Yeah, but that's fine at the end of an actual chapter. But this was probably written as one whole chapter, and then they went, right, we'll split that up and put it over how many days.
Yeah.
So they kind of went, right, cut it there, and cut it there, and cut it there, and make this, like...
Yeah.
Inside is... Don't finish your sentence.
Fair. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then...
Yeah.
So we finished yesterday with inside... Oh, no, you're not allowed to see that yet. Hold up, close. Go back to the novel.
The last sentence was literally, and inside is.
Yeah, but I want to see where, and this one picked up on. Yeah, so yesterday ends off with an inside is, and this picks up on a sea of networks, a domed theater.
Yeah.
So it's yeah.
Yeah, so they could have at least left those lines, even just so the end of the last chapter just annoyed me, or the last piece, because there was nothing in it.
Yeah.
So again, it needs. I feel like I would have enjoyed this more had I waited for the whole chapter.
Fair. But what about the world building that like we are getting?
Yeah, no, that is. I'm enjoying all that, but again, I feel like it being chopped up is detrimental to it.
Fair. Okay.
So far.
Yeah, so far. Any thoughts on like the hololization or Ryusenji just being this super genius?
Like I said, Kyoshiro grew up, and
yeah,
they talk about hololization, it makes me think of like the Atmon sitting on their chips when they're not
yeah,
realized or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, like it can move around and do whatever, but it's still
That'd be super
hologram.
fun. Like, cause I'm running on the presumption that when we see Lugomon, it's obviously going to be in the digital world. But I would love to. I really want to know how Lugomon is going to like react or behave when we're doing chapters still in the real world.
Yeah.
Because we're using the vital bracelet as the digivice for this. Is he just going to be a sprite like like when we load in our Lugomon dims when we get them?
Like will he just be like a sprite for us, or will he be like in the ads where they just run alongside you?
Yeah.
And the picture that we got with this episode.
Oh, the Betamon
chapter. Yeah, like
let me just pop it up because I've like yesterday we left Ryusenji and the stuff up on screen all basically all stream. We basically forgot to take it down. So where I thought I I thought I saved it. Hold on, let me just go back to the novel. Oh no, I did save it. I just saved it on on a different device because I used it to make the thumbnail.
Yeah.
My thumbnails are starting to look like the official thumbnails, and that worries me. Because I clipped that artwork of AG out of the trading card. And then I was like, okay, well, we have all these images that we can use as as the backgrounds because they're the only artworks we have to go on. But I mean, if you look at the thumbnail for chapter 1-3 for what Gamamon's actress is reading,
it's the same.
Like it's basically this, but we have a border around ours.
Yeah.
So I might have to, from chapter 2 on, I might just have to look at a different way of.
Yeah, not use the official artworks in it, rather.
Yeah, not use the background artworks. I might just use a generic Seekers poster or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so realistically, they just had the same idea. Like, obviously, they have a more high quality version of this artwork.
Yeah.
But I just cut mine out of the trading card.
Yeah.
Going
back to OBS.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. There it is.
So, like, he's loaded in color. He's not just a hologram, per se. Like you'd expect, like in a.
Could be the Digimon color, that VPET.
I mean, you know what I mean. He's not blue and see through and just like a schematic. Kinda. He's an.
He's got his he's got his texture mapping.
Yeah. So he like it reminds me more than like I know he has the lines through him or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it reminds me more of
the Net Ocean looks like a Pokemon region.
It does.
like it looks like a Lola.
Yeah. It probably looks a bit better when because he's still outside the building apparently.
Yeah.
But obviously it looks
this
a bit
building
better when
that has no signage.
Yeah, the building with no signage. Yeah. Like that's hardly the D4, but all those windows looking down on it, like it's.
Well, no, the D4 is a dome. Yeah. So this is meant to be in his office.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it's still outside the front door. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because the chairs and such are. Yeah.
It almost looks like the building is flooded up to the sign, and
a little bit, yeah. A little bit, yeah.
But yeah, so he's more loaded in, so he looks like he could just turn around and start talking, but he's like not realized, I suppose.
Yeah.
He's only hololized.
It's like when a model loads in a video game, but it's not ready to be called up yet, so it's just sitting off in the background waiting.
Yeah, or even just when like a hologram loads in on something, like in Star Wars or something,
Yeah.
or Star Trek, and they're kind of blue and see through, but they're still there and they're talking, and it kind of fizzles a bit.
Oh, so I mentioned the fact that he wasn't moving because
Oh, the fact that he wasn't moving.
yeah,
Yeah.
because we got like we didn't like we
Well,
got
he's an image. We don't know if he's moving.
well, that's what I was just about to say. Like we got no indication of when like Modoki Betamon was being caressed, like how it was reacting to that.
Was it actually like nuzzling into his hand or whatever, like
Yeah.
a dog would if it was being
Or
petted?
is it just this static?
Imagine he was just poking it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think in the live action trailer, it's rotating.
Mm.
I need to go back and watch it again, but
Mm.
I think it's rotating.
Is it in color in that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, yeah, no, I'm still very excited to see where this goes. I'm enjoying the world building. My main complaint is just that it's going to be a dodgy read
Yeah.
for its run, and that
When a man is fingering a Betamon, you've translated it wrong.
yeah, or you shouldn't have let the machine do the translating. Like,
yeah.
That's still my only real complaint with all of this. Like, we're only like 5 pages in.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
So maybe 10. I don't know. It depends on what's like if this is ever published down the road. I suppose it really just depends.
Yeah. On the size of the book.
Yeah.
The size of the font.
Yeah. I'm still liking Ryusenji. He's a bit eccentric. Eiji, he wasn't. You can tell he's very. What am I even doing here? What is going on? He's very he's very out of his depth.
He's interested, but he's a bit weirded out by it as well. But in a good way, I guess. Like he wants to know more about it.
Yeah.
But then he seems. What I'm getting from that whole Digimon are alive thing, I feel like maybe that'll play on his mind a bit.
Yeah.
But because
I do. I
gets them killed constantly.
Yeah. No. Again, I like your idea of the, he starts having like. He starts thinking about his Tyrannomon who died, and he's like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
Yeah, it actually died. They lost their friend.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it'll go that way, but that's the way it read to me. That's the point. It went a living AI.
Yeah.
Like he didn't think it could be alive.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No. Really looking forward to see where they go with it. It's the best part of the chapter so far.
Yeah.
Gets randomly dark in the middle for no reason, and I guess it's to illustrate a point that like, here, look, it's not all sunshine and rainbows with Digimon. Look, this
people are still shit, and we'll use them for shit things.
Yeah.
Sorry for the swearing.
Yeah, well, it's though that is fair. So we have a comment.
We have a comment
from yesterday's. So we'll take a page out of the live shows very briefly, and I will load up our comment.
Take Betamon off the screen.
Yarp.
Hi.
Hello. So, Ali Hussein said, "It's a neat chapter, but it felt kind of weak. But I like the world building." And yeah, that's very fair.
Yeah. So that's about yesterday's one?
That's
Yeah. So building up the.
Just about build the we're doing lore build we're just doing world building and lore right now.
Is that a new comment?
That one, yeah, but I don't know if I should read it now or wait until we start doing Cross Wars and Tamers and save it for like the big show.
Big show,
which will be next Wednesday. Cool.
Oh, so you had something else you wanted to show off?
Yes. So so I'll show off the artwork I went looking for first.
Right.
Because I think you'll get a kick out of this.
Okay.
So let me just show my screen here. There's nothing wild and crazy on it.
Look, the story was talking about fingering Digimon. I think you're okay.
Okay.
There goes your ad revenue. Blame Bandai for that.
Right. So
That's really cool.
yeah, that was really fun. So we've got Petermon, we've got Puchimon, we've got Crackmon.
Yeah.
No Antilamon. Like he was the main focus of that episode as
Yeah,
well.
they could have had him around his legs or something.
Yeah,
They were
the
so
small ones,
but
yeah. But I love this mock take of the Ghost Game poster.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Um
Aww.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's
the cat ears on him.
yeah. And then yeah, it's adorable. I just thought this was very funny, and I wanted to share it on the show tonight because, I mean, yeah, go Fukatsu. All right, and then the other piece of artwork, the one that I've actually shared on Twitter, I might actually share this one as well when I go into show you this one. So, so yesterday when we were doing the Seekers chapter, and we were talking quite a bit about AG and the receptionist. Have a look. He's got the little twinkle on his teeth.
And she's just like, ugh.
Yeah. Hatsune-chan.
Yeah.
So this art is by Exkelium.
Exkelium?
I think it's
I'm reading it as Keelum.
Yeah,
like Irish.
Yeah, I was doing the same, but I think it's meant to be Kelium. Kelium.
Like helium.
Yeah.
Helium. Yeah.
And and then the Fukatsu artwork was done by Kimopo. So definitely go and just give these images a lot of love, because I saw that earlier and I died laughing. And it's like, no, we're this will be our artist alley tonight.
Yeah. Can you click translate tweet on that for me?
Yarp. Eiji Nagasumi, 19 years old. Mediocre daytime cracker. Scarecrow.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, no, this is adorable. This is great. I love her. I love her expression. She's just so done. And this is what we were talking about. Like, this is what she needs to be if she's going to be a recurring character.
Yeah.
She needs to be, oh god, this guy again.
Yeah.
It's great. I love this so much. So, yeah.
Those are fun.
Yeah. No, I thought you'd enjoy them. So I think
I hope you guys enjoyed them too.
Yeah. So let us know how you're finding Seekers so far. What are you looking for as we go into parts 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8? And we will be back tomorrow with part 1-4. And I'm really hoping, like, I feel like he'll get his linker tomorrow.
Yeah, he's still in the office with Senji, so he'll probably get it from him. And
then I guess 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be Lugamon shenanigans and evolving into Lugarmon.
Yeah.
And then chapter 2 will kick off from there.
Yeah, like we still have to meet the cops.
Yeah,
because they're in the trailer, so surely they have to be.
Yeah. Oh, the actors have been...
Oh, I saw the Satsuki.
Yeah.
I saw her post about it, yeah.
So, I haven't seen anything for Yuli yet. Yulin, even. Yeah, I haven't seen anything for Yulin yet.
Your brain is missing, truly.
It is. Yeah. But AG's actor also put something out as well. So it's cool, like that. They're like, hey, I'm a Digimon character.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I just noticed that the word wolf is just above Bowman's head.
It's almost like I planned it that way. It's almost maybe why I separated everybody out.
See little arrow.
Yeah.
The smallest wolf you ever seen.
Do you think he's a good boy though?
He's a good boy.
I can't wait to have my dim card for him. The stupid Vital Bracelet arena has really tanked my interest in the Vital Bracelet as a whole. I missed the
it's hard to do anything. Like, I didn't have the other one.
Yeah.
But it's just really hard to do anything outside of just sitting there doing your little exercises yourself. Like there's no the battles never load,
Yeah.
and when they do, they crash out. But I think I've only ever been in like 2 battles in the whole time I've had it. Like
I'm the Vital Bracelet Lab. It was just such a better app. It was just such a better app, and they squandered it.
Need to clean my one as well because there's some ink or something on it, and I don't know what it is.
Oh.
But at least if we get the new bands, I can like clean it properly and still be able to use it.
Yeah, well, you'll have the Seekers band.
The weather's getting better, so we can actually go for walks now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Right. Well, look. I have the Digimon Frontier Complete Selection Animation Digivice. I don't know when I'm going to get to do a video for it. Because our week is going to be taken up with Seekers. So
our free time is going to be taken up with construction work in the house, so we can't record anything.
Yeah, so that video will probably have to wait until next week, which is fine. It's like
there's no rush on it. Really.
Yeah, it's not like I need the Digivice for anything. It's not like I need it for like a convention or anything.
Yeah, it's
just going to live with all the others.
Wait till we have a proper shelf to display them all.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Like, I want like my Splatoon locker where I've got the little juts that come out at the back, and I have like my goggles and things hanging off them. I'm just like, yeah, I want a bunch of those, and I just go season 1, season 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 part 2, 6, 7, 8. I need 7 part 2. God damn, getting an app drive duo is going to bankrupt me.
Yeah. We get house first. Then we buy that between us for Christmas. We have a Christmas gift to ourselves.
Yeah.
Nobody else gets gift that year.
No. It will only be by default. Then it will only be the Eugen faceplate on it because that's the default one.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, so guys, we're gonna leave it there. Let us know how you're finding Seekers down below. If you've any fun artwork that you've come across or would like us to show off or promote, drop it into our Discord, link in the description down below.
I was about to say I'll put it in chat. We have no chat. I'm sorry.
And we'll see you tomorrow for Seekers 1-4.
Yeah.
So much love, everybody. Do take care. Have a great day, and bye. Harmony. Don't scare you.